A throw to come down the left-hand side. I believe we've been having some connectivity issues here on CUTV. Apologies for that. Coventry United 1-0 down thanks to an 8th minute goal from Jack Edwards through the legs of Dan Moore. And we've had roughly 19 minutes. Crossed by Edwards, bounces through an unguarded penalty area. And Dan Moore gathers on the right side. Wilson. Long one towards Ryan Harkin. Steele's header back into the midfield for Atherstone. Hooks on by Shaw. And Ryan Harkin trying to bring the ball down. Backed into Steele, who launched himself into mid-air. An comfortable landing for Steele. And a bread and butter free kick. And a waste of a free kick. Punts it up by Steele and straight out for the goal kick. Dan Moore. Gets in via the head of Dunn, but no one home for the red and greens. Intercepted by Steele at centre back for the Adders. Goes no further onto the head of Cox. Dunn shoulder to shoulder with Barber, and Barber out muscles Cameron Dunn illegally, according to the man in black. United free kick just into their own turf. Faulkner switches the play over to Leo Wood. Dickens on his red and greens debut. To Harry Wilson, just caught from behind by Rowan Nui. Referee tries to get the advantage, and United are using it. Leo Wood cutting in from the left. Has he overran it? Yes, he has. Slides in on Steele, but it's taken away. A meaty challenge by Steph Morley on Edwards. Chris Cox ends the danger, and Collins stays down. Harkin backing into Steele, but can't get a clean enough touch on the ball to bring it down. Barber looking for options down the left, and Cox will see it out harmlessly for a goal kick. Dan Moore. United struggling to supply Ryan Harkin tonight. Morley. Aaron Dickens wants options a little closer to home. Faulkner had his leg dragged away by Tom Healy. Free kick Coventry United, and a decision which is not going to please the home faithful. You could hear the cry from Faulkner. And Faulkner asking the referee how many. He feels that he's had a few too many chops like that tonight. And ironic cheers from the other home faithful to our right, after what they believe to be a miraculous recovery from Charlie Faulkner. Morley looks for Harry Wilson, bounces off Wilson's back, and fortuitously comes back to the right back. Twisting and turning, trying to get some separation on Barber. Sends the cross in, it's wayward, and straight out for a goal kick. Halfway between the goal and the corner flag. Well, a bit of CUTV history for you tonight. If Rolly DeVoyle comes off the bench, which we expect him to later on in the game, it will be his 99th Coventry United appearance. The former Red and Greens captain during some of the darkest days of our club's short history. Down right goes from Bull, headed by Collins into the midfield. Edwards. Headed away from danger by Luke Downs. Thumped towards danger by Niall Rowe. Headed by Cox to his left back in Aaron Dickens. Collins swipes across, gets a touch on the ball, but Aaron Dickens prevents Collins making inroads. Heavy touch in the centre circle by Dunn, but it's worked. Looking to lob it to Ryan Harkin, I should say, but again, Atherstone suffocating the former Adders man up front. Smith. Barber. And back with Jake Bull. Powerful kick from the former United number 1, just scuffs the head of Collins, looking for Rowan Newey. Handball claims against the Atherstone teenager. Referee says nothing doing. Newey looking to keep that form going after his hat-trick on Saturday. Look to play in Jack Edwards. And this minute of touches takes it back to Dan Moore. Wilson striding into the centre. Determined run. Looks for Ryan Harkin. Harkin brings it to feet, but plenty of red shirts back. Drifts to the right-hand side. Ryan Harkin. Shoulder to shoulder with his old mate Lewis Noon. And look for Leo Wood at the near post. Just bounces into the grateful grasp of Bull. 25 gone at Sheepy Road in the United Counties League Premier Division South. Atherstone Town 1, Coventry United 0. And really, that was the last meaningful opportunity for either of these sides. Under-hit ball from Newey to Chris Cox, but Cox's ball deflected out of Lewis Noon, I believe. Just for the CUTV camera, it's going to be Aaron Dickens to take. Harkin. Shows from Wells, who got the last touch. Here's a Coventry United ball. Smith from behind. Felt there was a touch from Harkin. There was no doubt about that one. Headed out by Jack Wells for Coventry United throwing again. A little bit closer to the penalty area this time. Was for Cox. Leo Wood skips through an Atherstone sandwich. Coventry, no room to breathe down the left-hand side. Hooked out by Wells on another United throw-in, this time level with the area. And the referee says it's been taken out of position just as it's booted out by Wells. We're going to need another match ball here. And the Nuneaton have taken the lead at Aylstone Park for a Kyle Jardine penalty in the 23rd minute. Histon 1-0 up at Northampton Sulby Rangers, and Hinckley AFC have equalised at Oadby. Throw to Shaw. He's made that midfield place his own in the last few weeks. Looks for the cross, charged down by Edwards. Dickens' header only as far as Noon, sticks his boots through that one. As you can hear, it lands on the stand of the main roof. So roof of the main stand, I should say. Dickens' throw, low header by Faulkner, just kept in by Dickens. The Wood at muscled in the challenge. Smith to Collins, who, like his opposite number 9, has been limited with opportunities tonight. They're going long towards Edwards. Wilson does enough. Shaw collects unmarked in midfield. Morley from Dickens, and under pressure Morley has let it go straight to the feet of Lewis Noon, and Noon looking for an opportunity but a white wall in front of him. Barber takes it too close to Charlie Faulkner, who was impeded, and has gifted it back to Rowan Newey. And Faulkner looks at the referee asking why it wasn't given. It's out of play for a throw-in level with the penalty area to Atherstone. And well, no nonsense defending there from Charlie Faulkner, who has been playing at left back recently. Throw towards Smith, sent into next door's garden by the United attacking midfielder. Newey turns away from the challenge. In by Barber, strong header clear by Cox. Barber, did he take it over the line? Referee says no. Now he has given it to Coventry United. Barber just edged over the line. Wilson. Powerful hit on by Dunn. Too powerful here. Woodson will be catching that in a month of Sundays. And Jake Boyle will calm things down at the other end for Atherstone. Invites the pressure from Ryan Harkin and now picks it up. Atherstone have the lead, so don't need to make any silly errors at this point of the game. Niall Rowe, one time a Coventry United centre-back way back when. Wilson tries to prevent Nui from latching onto it. Who got the last touch? It will be a Coventry United goal kick. Healy blasting the ball, trying to get it away from the United. He certainly did that, but he also got it away from many of his teammates. Cox is got to go long from the back. Harkin the target. Headed by Steele onto the head of Charlie Faulkner. Brought down by Noon. Slide in by Faulkner. Got enough of the ball for the referee's liking. Dickens only onto the chest of Lewis Noon. Nui the target. Intercepted by the ever-reliable Chris Cox at centre-back for Coventry United. Could be set to break the appearance record this season. Cox clearly having his arm held by Jack Edwards. I think even the most die-hard of Atherstone fans can appreciate that would be a free kick. Morley. Offside calls against Leo Wood. Looked onside to me. Bounces into the penalty area for Ryan Harkin, but the flag has now been raised against the Redditch United youngster. And there could be a surprise in the Carabao Cup as Cardiff are 1-0 up at Burnley. And Brighton 2-0 up at Barnsley, who have had a decent start to the season. Wigan 1-0 down at home to Wickham. And here's one for the books. Wolves are actually beating Everton by 1-0. A goal coming from Nunetzi. Still 0-0 in the 17th minute between Liverpool and Southampton. Bull. For Collins, headed back into the danger zone by Nui. And on the volley is Smith. Hit with venom, but not with precision. Now United cautionally playing it out from the back. Cox didn't get the required distance on that one towards Dickens. A header by Noon. Up for it is Charlie Shaw. Edwards looking to capitalise. Rowan Nui edged away from the box by his former Coventry Spinks teammate Luke Downs. Noon. It's for Collins. And Smith. Oh, blocked up by his own player. Nui with a little bit of a chest bump to his teammate. Not the time. And Chris Cox with a driving run. Trip from behind. United with a free kick. And I believe it's Healy who's in trouble. Brought over by the referee. Not going to be the first recipient of a card tonight, but a clear ticking off from the official. OB had their lead back against Hinckley AFC through Emmanuel Naji after Jared Bradshaw's equaliser, a former Coventry United attacker. And Leo Woods has hit the deck. Lucy Stead, the head of fitness and physio, racing over to assist. Well, the logical switch for the Red and Greens, if Wood can't continue, would be to bring on Benji Adamarco. Or perhaps put Charlie Faulkner on the wing and bring Sam Ellis onto that number 10 role. Now, it's been a while, hasn't it, Red and Greens? It's been, 6 weeks since our last home fixture, but Saturday we're coming home. Back to the Butts Park Arena after a run of 8 consecutive away games. We are finally back at the Butts on Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock kickoff against Yaxley. And Yaxley, I believe, are still suspended, but we are told the game is set to take place. Well, those unaware, he actually suspended due to financial irregularities. We won't speculate what they were on our show, but hopefully they'll be cleared to play. Morley towards Cox. Heading out as far as Charlie Shaw. Faulkner, it's over his head. And fired into the United's final third by Edwards. Deft header by Morley over to Harry Wilson. Wilson sticks his laces through it. It's a return to sender by Josh Steele, the former Bedworth man. But skews out on the left-hand side, thrown to Coventry United, 15 yards into their own turf. It hasn't been the most exciting of games at the goal ends. It's been very much a midfield battle. But it is Atherstone who have the advantage thanks to Jack Edwards, the number 11. Smith. Here's Lewis Collins, the free scoring striker. Offside appeals against Rowan Nui, and Coxey's cries have been upheld. Ten to go until the break. Here's Harry Wilson. Harkin. And looking for the through ball to Cameron Dunn. Faulkner mops it up. Dickens with the cross. Deflected off Smith. Headed out by Josh Steele. Edwards takes it past Dunn. Barber down the left. Cut out by Luke Downs. But runs into the body of 18-year-old Rowan Nui. And a free kick just into United territory for the Adders. And Brighton now 3-0 up in that game at Barnsley in the Carabao Cup. Great evening for them so far. Barber sends one into the United danger zone. It's over the head of Collins. And Dickens should deal with that comfortably and does. Bounces towards the now recovered Leo Wood after that earlier injury scare. Wilson with room to drive into. He's got some help with the overlapping Leo Wood. Turns away from Barber. But turns into touch. Wood believes that it was stuck over the line by Barber, but linesman just next to him absolutely convinced it is an Atherstone ball. Goes the throw down the left. Collins. Cox with the interception. Aimless ball over the top for Coventry United and easy pickings for Bull. Wells. Under hit to Nui off the head of Morley. Aaron Dickens takes over for Coventry. Straight to Wells. And this time he does find Rowan Nui. Dinks it over Steph Morley, the past and future of non-league. And it is the future who's got the better of Morley. Edwards. Cross cannons off the back of Dickens. Atherstone corner on the right. And Steph Morley has gone down with an issue. It can't be the left hamstring again, can it? It looks like it is. He's undoing the tape around that left hamstring, which has caused him a lot of difficulty this season. They do have a ready-made replacement in James Ritson on the bench. And Lutterworth have taken the lead in their game against Leicester Nirvana. 1-0 there to the Swifts. And Morley. Well, what's the decision? Is he going to be staying on? No, he is not. It's the end of the evening for Steph Morley, and James Ritson will replace him for the remainder A real pity for Morley. But United with a ready-made swap in Ritson. And we finally have a working microphone over here. Oh. Well, I have to do the PA as well as the camera and commentary, so I know how difficult it is. You get some sympathy from us. Corner in, punched by Dan Moore, enough to take it out of the United area. It'll come back in. Rowe, Smith, down low with Niall Rowe, asking a tad too much of Tom Smith. Out it goes for the goal kick. Five to go until half-time. We'll be going off air for around 10 minutes at half-time here on CUTV, so get yourself a mug of something hot and get back here for 8:45 for the conclusion of tonight's match. High boot calls there on Cameron Dunn. The boot certainly was high, but the Atherstone man going for the ball. And that will be a free kick. A blow to the back of the neck from Chris Cox on Rowan Newey. Halfway between the box and the centre circle. And Cox, again, not going into the book, but the referee putting his point across. Oh, the free kick to come. It looks like it's going to be an effort on goal. Lewis Collins fancies his luck. Edwards standing next to him. The captain pulling rank. Moore sets up the wall. He knows even from this range, Collins is a man to be feared. It's straight at the wall. And back out with Noon. Kills it straight into the hands of Moore. It's not been a first half brimmed with highlights, but they will be online tomorrow evening here on the CUTV YouTube channel. And Noon lets it get away from him on the fringes of his own area after United booted upfield. It's headed away by Edwards. And now Rowan Newey put through, tracking back Chris Cox, mops it up for United. Smashes it across his own area and collected by Barber. Collins looking for a shooting position, one that he hasn't got all game, and smacked towards the net by Rowan Newey, counts off the chest of Cox. And out of the other end, Leo Wood on the counter for Coventry United. Faulkner makes the overlap, and the free kick given there for Coventry United. And Charlie Faulkner roaring at the referee. It looked like a pretty solid tackle from where I'm standing. Well, the slide challenge by Wells on Charlie Faulkner. Went through the player but got the ball. And it's being taken slightly out of position, we can say. In by Dickens. Ritson's up. Faulkner's up there. Punched by Jake Bull. And that should be that for this particular move. Rowe to the left. And Cameron Dunn going for the same ball as Barber. Dunn getting there first, but barging Barber out of the way. Free kick Atherstone into the last 90 seconds of normal time. A surprise scoreline at Sincil Bank. Lincoln 1, Chelsea 0. Goal from Rob Street putting the Imps in front. The Free kick from Rowe. Over the head of Nui to James Ritson. Barber can only give away possession to Luke Downs. Harkin wrestling for it with Josh Steele. And rolled left by Charlie Shaw. Here's Aaron Dickens. Covered up by Noon. Dickens cutting in from the left. Needs help. Faulkner pulls it back. And again. Still Charlie Faulkner dancing around his opposition. Roll to Shaw. Dickens. Low drive towards Cameron Dunn. Tried to flick it onto Faulkner, but Lewis Noon curls it along the touchline and kept in by Dickens. Atherstone not out of danger yet. Deflected cross. More height than distance from Wells. But crucially headed on and out of danger by Smith. Now Edwards. Sent long. And now Lewis Collins. In towards Rowan Nui. Headed back to his goalkeeper by Harry Wilson. Nui couldn't get his head on it. He's not famed for his headed ability as the teenager. Cox fouled by Jack Edwards on the slide. Referee gives play on. As Coventry continue down the right. Leo Wood. Little drag from Barber. Free kick Coventry on the right side of the area. And this will surely be the final meaningful opportunity of the half with 20 seconds into added time. Wilson was set to set the free kick, but now he's going to leave it for Cameron Dunn. And Shaw told to get in and around the area. Big opportunity for the Red and Greens. Surely the final of the half. In by Dunn and nodded over his own net by Lewis Noon. Corner on the left for the Red and Greens. Can United draw level on the fringes of half-time? And it goes from Faulkner. It's a deep one towards Cox. Bouncing header. Jake Ball gathers. And away by Jake Ball. The autumn fog starting to draw in at Sheepy Road. You can see it via the floodlights. There's a chill in the air. But this game so far has yet to really light up. It is Atherstone in front, as we said, through that 8th-minute goal from Jack Edwards. But aside from that, it's not been the most spectacular of games. Dickens, and caught with a lunge in by Jack Edwards. United absolutely incensed. And Dickens needs some help here. Physio is called over by the referee. There is no doubt that Edwards will be the first player to go into the book. Yellow card. And now attention's turn to Aaron Dickens. Dickens still on the deck. We've had 4 minutes of added time. Well, let's have a look through the half-time scores around the grounds. Elston Park 0, Nuneaton Town 1, Histon 1, Northampton Sarby Rangers 0, Lutterworth Town 1, Leicester Nirvana 0, Moulton 0, Bugbrook St Michael's 0, and Oadby Town 2, Hinckley AFC 1. In the Carabao Cup, Barnsley 0, Brighton 3, Burnley 0, Cardiff 2, an upset on the cards there, Fulham 0, Cambridge 0, another upset here, Lincoln 1, Chelsea 0, Wigan 0, Wickham 1, Everton losing 1-0 at Wolves, Wrexham 0, Reading 0, and Liverpool 0, Southampton 0. And it is good to see Aaron Dickens back on his feet. With United back to full strength, well, Aaron Dickens doesn't look particularly comfortable jogging down the touchline. We will get the final second of the first half play, and it's a game which really has been more of a battle than a spectacle, but it is Atherstone who head in to the half-time break 1-0 up through that 8th minute goal from Jack Edwards through the legs of United goalkeeper Dan Moore. Half-time score at Sheepy Road, Atherstone Town 1, Coventry United 0. And we're back for the second half here at Sheepy Road in the United Counties League Premier Division South. Half-time score, Atherstone Town 1, Coventry United 0. No changes from what we can see at half-time. United will now be kicking from left to right. A big 45 minutes coming your way live on YouTube. Coaches and officials making their way back over to the dugouts as we prepare for the final 45 minutes of the evening. And remember, we're back at the Butts Park Arena on Saturday after this our 8th consecutive away match, so be there if you can for the visit of Yaxley at 3 o'clock on Saturday. The referee checking that no one's tried to sneak on an extra player. Both keepers are good to go. Atherstone trying to get a little bit of a jump start there with Rowan Nui, but the ball is rolling. We are underway for the second half. There's Niall Rowe, the former Coventry United centre-back, now a mainstay in the Atherstone team. Wells, headed back where it came from by Coventry United left-back Aaron Dickens, who has made the second half despite that injury scare. This isn't referee there giving a throw into Atherstone for a moment. It has now turned it over to Coventry United. Head back where it came from by Wells. Picked up by Smith in the centre circle. Steele looking for Barber, headed on by Barber. And a swing and a miss by Rowan Nui, headed back to the goalkeeper by Ritson. Big opportunity early in the second half for the teenager. Driving on is Noon. Edwards, and sent behind by Chris Cox with two Atherstone shirts waiting, lurking menacingly in the area. Collins and Nui both waiting to lunge in. And from the right, ball comes for it. I'm not sure who got the effort towards the net. It has gone behind for a corner, but dangerous signs for the Red and Greens. Ball coming out to claim. Didn't get the contact he would have liked. And there's a little too much encroachment there on the Coventry United goalkeeper from Collins. And the referee pulling Collins and Luke Downs over, giving them a little ticking off. Then comes delivery from Noon. And a second crack at it off the line. Collins smacks it against Luke Downs and sent well wide in the end by Niall Rowe. A hat-trick of opportunities for Atherstone, but still the lead remains at just one. It's rolled out with Ritson. Back with Dan Moore. Moore away. Looking for Aaron Dickens. Dickens able to keep a powerful punt in via the head, but then nodded out by Lewis Noon on the halfway line. Coventry United throw. And the throw to Shaw. And the referee said that Dickens was out of position by a couple of yards and it's now been pulled back. Dickens. Out off Leo Wood, the header deflecting out off the leg of Wood. Smith, who got his bonds on it for Atherstone. Throw from Steele. Flicked on by Shaw. Only as far as Wells. Can Nui bring it down? Awkward bounce, header by Ritson. Edwards. Across in towards Collins! Connected sweetly, but it curled well to the right. And there's been a quick turnaround in the second half at Central Bank. Lincoln 1, Chelsea 2. That didn't last too long, did it? George and Buonanotte with the goals for the Blues. A wayward ball from Dickens looking for Luke Downs. It trickles into touch for a home throw about 15 yards into their own turf on the right side. Wells. This was Smith. Headed into the home dugout by Cox. Another throw in for the Adders. A throw to Noon. Met in the air by Dickens of Coventry United. Shaw marshalled off it by his opposite number 8 in Smith. Blasted back into his own half with Niall Rowe. Rover, hopeful ball down the left-hand side, but no chance Adam Barber was going to reach that. It's a throw into United, which Wilson wants to take quickly. Downs. Now Wilson striding away from his own backyard. Dickens gets on the move. Tries to pull it back, clips off his heel, and driven into touch by Lewis Noon. Dickens wants the ball back and it's thrown away by Noon. Referee uses restraints and keeps the cards in the pockets. United's attack goes no further. Slide by Downs. And ironically, a thrown in the opposite direction, the same position, but United fuming. Downs with a challenge from behind on Jack Edwards. And United feeling the last touch came off the Atherstone winger. Here's Bull. Ritson claims that boot mid-air. Harkin was offside, can do nothing about it. And Bull, not the cleanest of clearances, slices over to the left-hand side. And Barber nearly ends up in the crowd and sends it out for a throw-in anyway. Another new ball is going to be needed. Wilson wants some support and gets it from Faulkner. Faulkner caught from behind. Referee says nothing doing, and the Atherstone fans less than sympathetic as Ritson hooks it out. And Faulkner started to dust himself off. He got a little word in the ear from Josh Steele. The referee having a quick chat with Faulkner. Faulkner doesn't want to know. Barber with ball in hand in front of the CUTV camera. And head on towards Rowan Nui, who's touching into the air. It takes it too close to Dan Moore. Dickens sending Wood long, a little too long, and ball will gather on the edge of his area. We've had 8 minutes of second half action here at Sheepy Road. Atherstone maintain that 1-0 advantage earned in the 8th minute of first half. Steele. Collins tracks back into midfield. An under-hit ball towards Noon is picked up by Dickens. Luke Downs. Intercepted in the midfield. It's Atherstone failing to capitalise with Noon. Shaw. Across to Harry Wilson at right back for the Red and Greens. Just send it over for Charlie Shaw, headed out by Steele. Levelled the penalty area for Coventry United. Wilson's throw. Faulkner, the darling of the crowd here at Sheepy Road. Wilson, cross cannons off Leo Wood, and headed out for a United throw by Steele. Faulkner, looking to make a name for himself here. Charlie Faulkner blasted away by Wells. And it looked like he was going to fall perfectly for Collins, but headed away by Cox. Here's Cameron Dunn. Harkin looking to get in on the action at his old stomping ground. Harkin drifts to the left-hand side. Tries the back heel. No one home. Interception by Wells. Cleared down the right and picks out Edwards beautifully. And Rowan Newey's beaten the offside trap. Is the wrong side of Chris Cox on the right side of the area. Rowan Newey cutting in. It's Rowan Newey. And a great recovery by Cox. Slides in, makes the block, and it lands on the roof of the net. Oh, the man who got his start in the professional game playing for the Sky Blue side of non-league football in Coventry. Nearly coming back to haunt the red side. Rowe could be a target on there. He waits on the edge of the area. Bull punches as far as Newey. And Newey gets some separation here. Rowan Newey pinballing through the area and cleared towards Cameron Dunn. United can't escape just yet. Cushioned down by Collins to Newey. He's proving a real thorn in the side of Coventry United in this second half, but still can't make an impact on the score sheet. Cameron Dunn hugs it up towards Leo Wood. And Wood penalised for a foul on Healy on the halfway line. Potential high boot from Leo Wood. And Liverpool went into half-time 1-0 up thanks to a goal from Alexander Isak. It's been a frustrating night for Coventry United. Can they find some inspiration? They've got to get the ball first with this free kick coming in from Noon. Good defensive header by Cox. Smith. Return to Noon. Sliced high into the sky by Wilson. Can he bring it down? He heads it on. And now Cameron Dunn racing towards that loose ball. And he's got the march on Healy. Takes it past the number 4. Barged over by Barber. Referee says it's fair game. But Dunn back to his feet and has got it towards Harry Wilson. High in by Wilson. And too high in from Wilson. Bounces through for the goal kick. But determined run from Cameron Dunn. Kick from Bull, headed on by his old captain, Chris Cox. Into touch, about 15 yards into home territory. And Coventry United are getting a change ready. That looks like Riley DeVoyle, who will be coming on for his 99th Coventry United appearance. Luke Downs. Slid on by James Ritson. Faulkner to Leo Wood couldn't find a route through. Benji Adamarco also coming on for Coventry United shortly. Cox went through Rowan Nui. Harkin would have been offside, but the flag stays down as he didn't interfere with play. Barber looking to make an impact on his debut. Bounces off Nui. And Coventry with short, quick passing in the back line. As soon as he gets to the halfway point, United struggling to make any real impact. Harkin. Again, can't find his way. It's almost like a glass wall between United and the box. Collins. Curled right, but obviously passing to the invisible man there. Easy collection for Dickens at left back for Coventry. Two debutant left backs today. Ritson. Wilson. He's passed down the right. Deflects out off Barber, who has taken a whack on the hamstring. And Coventry United asking to make the substitutions now. And Aaron Dickens is replaced. So Dickens off and on comes Riley Devoyle. You can only assume that Charlie Faulkner will head to left back for the remainder of the game. And Leo Wood is hauled off in favour of Benji Adamarco. Now attention's turned to Adam Barber, who took a whack on the hamstring from that attempted ball down the right-hand side from Harry Wilson. Half an hour to play here at Sheepy Road. Atherstone 1, Coventry 0. And Moulton have taken the lead in their game at home to Bugbrook St Michael's. Throw from Wilson. Dunn having his arm held from behind. Referee says nothing doing, and it's stabbed over to this near side by Healy. Coventry United throw in. Devoyle chest it back to Wilson, and Healy again. No nonsense defending from the Atherstone centre mid. If in doubt, get it out. Adamarco returns to Harry Wilson, looking for a chance to whip it in. Covered up by two, red shirt. Now finds Adamarco. Benji Adamarco steadies himself across for Riley Devoyle. A sliding block made by Noon, and Wilson smacking into the face. I think it was the number 11 Edwards who caught one flush to the mush. Adamarco on the left wing now. Wilson, lovely back heel, Shaw, Devoyle, couldn't find the route through, but already Coventry United were a marked improvement heading forward. Devoyle's corner. It's towards Cox at the far post. Cox and gathered well. Straight ball not caught out by his old skipper. Awkward bounce at the back. Downs able to keep it away from his old Sphinx teammate Luke Downs. Rowan Nui, I should say. Overhead kick from Faulkner, that left back to keep it away from Smith. Clearance off the head of Niall Rowe. Faulkner takes it on. Handball claims against Faulkner. Referee says nothing doing. Faulkner drives on from left back. Here's Adamarco. Benji and Marco side by side with Wells. And the cross is turned away by Rowe. Back out with Faulkner. And Harkins in there, but leaping like a salmon is Jake Ball. And Ball's clearance towards Collins. Won't reach around to the head of Chris Cox. Faulkner tried to dink the ball over, but made contact with the face of... Trying to figure out who that was. I think it was Jack Edwards, the goal scorer. Well, no doubt that Faulkner only had eyes for the ball, but it doesn't make it any less painful. They have some free kick about 10 yards into United turf. And it goes by Noon. And it's over the on-rushing goalkeeper, Dan Moore, but he did get a punch to it. And Scott Hammond and Sam Ellis both going for a warm-up. Coventry have made 3 of their 5 changes. They have made 2 in the second half with DeVore and Adamarco on, but remember James Ritson replaced the injured Steph Morley towards the closing stages of the first half. News livery, and there was a gilt-edge opportunity at the far post when Niall wrote a score against his old club. His header was off the mark. Ritson on the deck. Cameron Dunn. Has to go back to Ball. No route past Edwards. I was playing as a number 10 now. Ball. Thumps that one down the centre of the park. Returned to sender by Josh Steele. Downs finds Cameron Dunn. Now Faulkner. Adamarco, a little hand in the chest, keeping it away. Jack Wells doing well. Noon ducks. And that was Lewis Collins for a rare touch on the ball. And Charlie Faulkner was asking why was the free kick given when it wasn't even given. Now Ryan Harkin trying to take advantage at the other end. Mulling his way through, and Harkin finally tests the goalkeeper. And it's a smart stop with the boot. United are starting to wake up. It's taken short to Luke Downs. Downs delivery. Awkward defensive header. United want a corner kick. And Cox going down the process, but the referee says no. And the supporters are right less than impressed with United's pleas to the referee. And once again, the physio has called over Adam Barber on his Atherstone debut. May be forced to leave the field early. And Northampton Surrey Rangers have got one back at Histon. Now 2-1 there. Hinckley AFC level once more at Oadby, 2-2. And the change confirmed for Atherstone Town coming on to replace Adam Barber is Chris Cowley. So I'm sure not the way that Adam Barber would have wanted to end his Sheepy Road debut. But an impression has been made in the colours of Atherstone for the first time. the goal kick to be taken by Jake Bull. And from the ball towards Harry Wilson. Slip back to Dan Moore for Coventry United. Adamarco up for it. Shaw gives chase, charges down the attempted clearance. Benji Adamarco. DeVoyle and through for Charlie Shaw. Smothered at the near post. Harkin was waiting for it. But Bull refused to let the Sharks smell blood in the water tonight. And Nui gives away the free kick there. Chris Cox going down low to divert it away from Rowan Nui. And the referee giving a free kick. I'm not entirely sure why, I must say. There's Nui still making his way to his feet. United are allowed to take the quick free kick. Charlie Shaw sends it well wide. And there are no appeals of a corner this time. And another Atherstone change. And Rowan Nui's night is done. Replaced by Mitch Wokes. We've got some Mitch Wokes supporters in the main stand here at Sheepy Road. Can he make an impact from the bench? Ball's clearance. And out off Charlie Faulkner, and again the referee falls foul of Faulkner's temper. Halfway into enemy lines, it's a quick throw in for Atherstone. Edwards. It's a poor touch. Runs it straight out for the goal kick. But in fact, no, it's been called back. The throw-in will be retaken. There goes the throw. Nui. It's off the field now, so it's going to be up to Wokes and Collins to try and get Atherstone over the line. Wells. Gives it in towards Collins, headed out the danger zone by Downs. United had that little burst after the substitutes, but now seems to have died off again. Faulkner shielding into touch. Under pressure from Edwards, does well. Chris Cox. Sending Adamarco on a one-man mission down the left-hand side, and the goalkeeper's missed it, but Adamarco into the back of Jake Bull. It was only ever going to end up one way. A lucky escape for the man who used to don the number 1 for Coventry. That's cleared by Bull. And just shoved into touch there was Lewis Collins. With the throw in, Faulkner told to take it in the right position. 17 minutes to go until the end of the 90. Still Atherstone lead by that Jack Edwards goal in the 8th minute. Cowley. Down the left it goes towards Wokes, just swatted aside by Ritson. Short to DeVoyle. Here's Cameron Dunn. Barge in from behind by Wokes. Takes Dunn into the path of Healy, and now Collins embarking down the right-hand side. Wokes wants it. He's got Edwards with him. Collins to finish it. Couldn't hit the target. It's been an off night for Collins. Harry Wilson for the through ball, and it slid towards the line for a corner. Shaw will let it go. Time running out, and Coventry United set to bring on Sam Ellis for the final 15 minutes, the attacking midfielder. Towards the far post. Not as far as Jack Edwards for Atherstone. Edwards deflected clearance out on the far side for a throw into Atherstone. 10 yards into their own territory. And here comes the sub. But United, you have to think it's either going to be Downs or Shaw to be replaced. And in fact, it's Cameron Dunn. Not a substitution that we were expecting. The throw down the right touchline to Wokes. Headed clearance by Cox. Ellis. Dangerous ball back Wells. Harkin looking to put Rowe under pressure, and he's got the throw in. United making progress, but is this progress too steady? Faulkner. Return header by Devoyle. Charlie Faulkner. Dragged down from behind by Noon, was he? No, referee says no. I think Faulkner getting pretty exacerbated with the decision making today. Oh, and Jake Dunmore smacking it against the back of James Ritson. That's the backtrack into his area and gather. Pretty much sums up United's night. Bounces behind Adamarco and swept out on this near side by Wells for the throw-in on the fringes of his own area. Quick throw taken to Harry Wilson. Wilson's delivery, both hands to it, punch clear by Bull. Ritson to Wilson. Sam Ellis. Shaw target, but Cannon's back to Ellis. Now finds Shaw. Now Ellis. Sam Ellis! Curls it towards the net, but whisks over the woodwork. And now Jake Bull is in need of some help. Shouldn't imagine why. He's not had the busiest of afternoons. Reminder of our homecoming this Saturday against Yaxley. Butts Park Arena, 3 o'clock kickoff. Please do join us in the Free Spide City if you can. If you can't, you've still got live coverage here on CUTV with the highlights and interviews coming out that night. If you're just joining us here on CUTV, an 8th minute goal from Jack Edwards for Atherstone Town puts the Adders in front with 12 minutes on the clock. There have been a couple of injury stoppages from Atherstone, so as we've seen, there will be a fair chunk of added time. A substitution being prepared for Atherstone Town. We'll see the introduction of Ryan Quinn soon. And Atherstone being given the go-ahead. And referee indicating that it is all being added on. Away it goes. Free header from Cox. Marco bounces away from the pacey winger. Here's Mitch Wokes. Atherstone looking to finish the job. Wokes and Charlie Faulkner could be set to head into the book just as Atherstone wants to take a quick free kick. The referee wants a more detailed chat with the United number 11, who, let's just say, is not going to be sending the referee a Christmas card this year. Yellow card for Faulkner. Still waiting for the free kick to be taken. United setting up their wall. And is the substitute's being substituted here. Mitch Wokes withdrawn and Ryan Quinn comes on. I can only imagine there's an injury there. And well, to me, actually, it doesn't look like there was an injury in the build-up there, as Wokes is rather unhappy that he's been taken off. We're finally get the free kick taken now. It's a bit of an anti-climax. Bounces wide the near post. Moore straight into the dugout on the halfway line. And a throw into Atherstone on the right. Wells. Collins now to get his head on that one. It's been an off night for Collins. And Charlie Faulkner is staying down. They only do have one more change they can make. Cox trying to head away from Collins after the did loop over the back line. And the referee is going to stop the game so Faulkner can get some treatment. Eight minutes to go, plus stoppages. Faulkner, thankfully, is able to continue. They need to hang on to their slender 1-0 lead at Atherstone Park. Still 1-0 there. The throw intercepted by Faulkner. Smith. Tom Smith turns behind to Jack Wells. Ellis staying up, Harkin racing up too, trying to put Atherstone under pressure, but they're dealing with it well. Steele. And Quinn dispossessed by a combination of Downs and Wilson. Ritson fires it up, looks for the Ryan Harkin. Headed clearance by Rowe. Ritson looks left to Adamarco. Dealt with comfortably by Noon. Ellis struggling to control and eventually given away to Healy. Lewis Collins, the skipper. Quiet night for him. Quick passing on this near side. Opens the door for Ryan Quinn. Now Cowley. Advantage given. Wilson making contact with the slide. And the cross skims over the head of Jack Edwards. His opposite number 11, Faulkner, collects on the far side for Coventry United. Dangerous play there from Cox. Turning past Collins. Will it work out? Luke Downs, handball claims against Downs as he tried to control his chest. Appeals fall on deaf ears. Here's DeVoyle. Sam Ellis. DeVoyle and Harkin trying to get on the end of it, but racing out to charging Bull. Precious seconds ticking away. Bull. Up on the header is Cox. Now Healy goes down to heading out for a throw-in. United have started before the referee can check on Healy. Luke Downs. It's underhit towards Ritson. Ritson has to slide in, but only takes it as far as Collins. And now it's Smith to finish it. Rolls it across the path of Quinn, who keeps it alive on the far side. Edwards. A stacked Sheepy Road, expectant. And Charlie Faulkner with the trip. And Faulkner walking a tightrope at this late stage. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Scott Hammond come on for the last couple of minutes. The free kick is in. Two-handed punch by Dan Moore. Noon. Jack Edwards looking for the cross. Cowley. Trying to keep it in the corner. And it's Faulkner who gets the free kick this time. Little tug on the shirt. Charlie Shaw looking to escape capture. But Collins slides in, takes it out for the Coventry United throw. Shaw wants it quickly and gets it. Faulkner's throw. Adam Marco caught. Napping. Just this near side. Cowley. Aimless ball towards the United back line. Adam Marco. Get this touch on to Sam Ellis. DeVoyle. Back to Ellis. The back heel keeping the door ajar for the red and greens. Faulkner back to Sam Ellis. And look for Charlie Shaw. Punted away. Ritson. United are not giving up. It's the sort of game they need to get something from. They're going to push on towards the league. Ellis taken out on the Cruyff turn. And no doubt there will be a free kick against Healy. And there's been another goal at Anfield. Southampton have just equalised at Liverpool. Riley DeVoyle. With time quickly running out. So United need a hero here. Adam Marco nubs it up. And Cox prevented from getting to the seconds. Goal kick. And substitution for Atherstone. Jack Edwards, the man replaced. Harry Walker-Donovan will replace him. Last minutes of normal time. I would say there's going to be a minimum of 4 added minutes. Kick flies over Chris Cox and a throw in to be taken by Charlie Faulkner. Cox, neat skill to create some separation, looks for Benji Adamarco. Rowe gets it away. Luke Downs prods it to Wilson. Harry Wilson for Coventry United, down line with Luke Downs. Wilson again, slips in Charlie Shaw. Surrounded by white and red, but Shaw has earned the throw right in the corner. And we are now into added minutes. Wilson, cross too powerful. Back in by Devoyle. Adamarco can't get room to strike. Atherstone struggling to clear. Down to his header. Ryan Harkin. Deflected back to Ritson. Luke Downs. Faulkner. Atherstone stacking everyone back. Will it be enough? Well, it will for now. Jake Ball falling onto it. Ritson heads the goal kick back to Dan Moore. Well, it has looked like a 1-0 game ever since the goal went in. United with an early flurry in the first couple of minutes, but aside from that, there hasn't really been anything for Red and Greens fans to get excited about. And Wilson taken up on the slide, and a show of frustration, shove on Josh Steele, and that is going to be the clearest cut free kick you're going to see today. And a yellow card. I don't think Wilson can have any complaints. A wry smile from Josh Steele as well. There might be. The 3 points will take Atherstone above Coventry United in the table.
Come on, Atherstone.
Rowe. Here's Walker Donovan, brings it down. Forced away by Downs. Lofted ball towards Tom Smith. And it's seen out by Chris Cox. United have got to get moving. Cox. Low drill to Luke Downs. And roll on by Faulkner straight to a red shirt. Faulkner tracks back and picks up the loose pass. Chris Cox. Shaw makes the run. Will he get there? He will. And earns the throw in. Lewis Noon slides in and got the smallest of touches on the ball. And the throw in taken quickly while Atherstone still contests the decision. Shaw and another easy gather for Ball. Ball's ball. Heavy control from Collins. Cox strides over the slide. Advantage given. Can they use it to full effect? Harry Wilson. Clear drag on the arm by Collins. Coventry allowed to continue. Ellis to Downs. Is this the final attack for Coventry? Here's Chris Cox. Adamarco. Great run by Adamarco. Hits the deck and cleared as far as Cox. Cox's ball in. Harkin! Couldn't get the vital touch at the near post. Devoyle smacks it against Ellis. And now Wilson! What a save! Harry Wilson unleashes a rocket, but both hands to it. The former United number 1, Jake Paul, may have just saved the 3 points for his new team. We've had 4 added minutes. Well, Mitch Thompson wants an end to proceedings at Sheepy Road. You can understand why. I'm surprised not to see Dan Moore heading up for the corner. Last chance saloon for United. It's towards Ritson and Cox. Punch by Ball, and that should be it. Referee checks the watch. Quinn. Collins denied from getting to it by Wilson. Now stumble on the ball. Gift wraps it for Ryan Harkin. Adam Marco receives from Sam Ellis. DeVoyle doesn't reach Harkin thanks to the head of steel. Ellis. Quinn's header picked up by Adam Marco. Referee's going to allow one more opportunity. In by Faulkner. Headed out. Chris Cox, the captain. Deflected to the right, and Ritson! Anything but a defender's finish as it shaves the crossbar on the way through. But that has to be all she wrote. Five and a half minutes of added time have been played. The late charge from Coventry United seemingly not enough. Ball told to get on with it. Cox made contact with Collins from behind. A kung fu-like kick from Lewis Noon. And still, Thompson's prayers aren't answered. The whistle stays silent. Dan Moore. Collins asking how long left. Referee says just get on with it. Dan Moore. Anna Marco. Noon got his boots on it. And the ball by Quinn. Too close to comfort for Chris Cox. Faulkner. Ball charged down by the defender, Lewis Noon, and Coventry United with a throw-in. And it's on to Adam Marco. Noon sends it straight back out for another throw in the same position. Seven minutes of added time played. And they're going to go long. The Gunnarsson specials, they call it in Coventry. Charlie Shaw towards Adam Marco. Swing and a miss by Smith. Now he gets it away. And now the referee blows the whistle. Atherstone Town with a massive 3 points. An 8-minute goal from Jack Edwards. Enough to secure a slender advantage. But 3 crucial points for the Adders. United offered little in response until added time, where they pushed Atherstone to the limit, but it was too little too late for Jamie Bakaski's side. Full time at Sheepy Road, Atherstone Town 1, Coventry United 0. Well, one to forget for the Red and Greens, but Saturday will be a day to remember. We're back at the Butts on Saturday against Yaxley. We hope you can join us then. Highlights available tomorrow. Until then, thanks for joining us. This is Liam Cook signing off from Sheepy Road.